Hello everyone, it's invalid. Let's try it again. Take number 300,000 million near the death of the sun. Hello everyone, it's invalid. Figured it was about time to put out another video. I actually have been working on videos as of late, but there was something that I wanted to do a while ago that I never actually did, and that is to just thank all of you for being so supportive in the last update video I posted. Specifically, this one, talking about why I hadn't made videos for a while, and all the support from you guys was... it just really warmed my heart. There is something to be said about, you know, picking yourself up by your own shoestrings and whatever, but it's so much easier when there are people that are there for you, that support you, that want you to be your best, that just want to see you succeed, that just want you to be happy. And I know I've been that person for a few other people. I wasn't expecting quite so much feedback, and I appreciate you guys, and thank you. I know I didn't actually reply to anybody, and I didn't even I hate that term, but I didn't even throw a heart on all of the comments that I liked, which was every single one of them, but at some point that will happen. It's just been a lot on my mind lately. Speaking of videos though, I did release the next installment of Thief, and since then I've been working on another video for Thief, but this one is of course a little more involved. I decided I would look into some of the weird shenanigans that were going on. So that will be coming at some point. When? Hopefully soon, but no specific date. However, it's not just my own emotional state that has been difficult with YouTube, and there is always the curse of comparing yourself to others, right? But it wasn't just that. It's also the fact that YouTube is... well, it's the only platform really of its kind. It's the only platform that is free to use for everybody, even if you don't have an account, and you can upload all kinds of stuff on it. Anything from short-form content to 3-hour-long essays, or even your own movies or television shows, you know? It's... the freedom in that regard is crazy, but over the years it's been getting harder and harder to really do stuff on YouTube. Seeing their practices, the enforcement or lack thereof with some of their guidelines, some of their rules, and then features, doing the Google thing, right, where they have features that they put together and they throw out there that nobody really asked for. And I felt this kind of needed addressing. It wasn't something I necessarily thought about my last update video until I saw this. It's a good video in of itself, but it's, in short, it's 13 minutes of somebody from the Dungeons & Dragons community of all places talking about how he apparently has access to a feature that is a work in progress about something automatically writing comments for you. It's a fascinating video, highly recommend it. URL's right here. I'll have the link down in the description as well if you guys want to check it out. But it's things like that, things with the monetization and the increasing restrictions on what kind of content, how many different things you have to go through for when you upload content. It got tiring. And I started many years ago, back in early 2010s, like 2010, 2011, somewhere in there, I actually started uploading Let's Plays, and it was a very different landscape then. And I think some of my reticence to actually make videos comes to not just the quality of my videos and wanting to be to a higher standard, but also remembering what it was like back in the old days, where you could basically shitpost and you could do really well. That being said, it's not all doom and gloom, right? There's plenty more ridiculous videos out there that are doing rather well, and in some respects I feel like YouTube is kind of getting their algorithm back on track. I'm seeing more videos recommended to me that I'm actually interested in watching, some of which are from really small channels, others are on subjects that I never really considered looking into before. Yeah. I've thought about moving to other platforms, but I don't know, you run into that issue of my community is on here. There are certain things that I like to do with this channel on here with you guys, with my community, that I just don't feel like I would be able to necessarily cultivate on other platforms. Twitch is kind of the only other one that I've gone to, and they have their own nonsense going on with how they run ads and all that stuff. Speaking of ads specifically, with all of my videos up until last year, I had a certain way that I wanted to do it. I wanted to have ads run at just the ends of videos. That's the wrong tab. I wanted to have advertisements run at just the ends of videos so that if people wanted to, they could watch through it or just skip to the next one. That unfortunately is something that I can no longer do. So last year they changed policies. I talked a little bit about this, but last year they changed their advertisement policy so that any videos that you uploaded, you either had to turn off monetization entirely, or you had to turn on advertisements at the very least for the beginning and the end of videos. And you don't really have a choice on what kinds of ads they are anymore. It used to be you could choose only skippables, or only display ads, only pre-roll or post-roll. You don't have a choice in that anymore. So for all the people that have been getting slammed with these, I deeply apologize. I never wanted to run those, but YouTube doesn't give you the choice anymore. It used to be that if you got hit with, 15 ads in a video and a really long advertisement at the beginning and a really long advertisement at the end, that was on the creator. It's not anymore. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating as a viewer, it's frustrating as a creator, because yes, it's nice to earn money from this, but I also want to offer a pleasant viewing experience. And having 10 minutes of advertisements on an hour video, or a 20-minute video especially, isn't enjoyable. And there's nothing I can do about that really, aside from making sure that mid-roll ads don't play. And for my update videos, I don't even have advertisements turned on. I don't have any of these. I don't have this one monetized. I don't have the disappearance for 3 months monetized. I don't have the update from last year monetized in October. Because I feel like those are important, right? They're not just entertainment. They're videos where I want to talk to you guys and share what's been going on with me, plans for the channel, etc., etc. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? There's not a whole lot that I can do about that. And the only things that you guys can do, I mean, YouTube is now offering different kinds of YouTube Premium, one of which has ads still for some reason. The other doesn't, but you have to pay a significant amount more. And then on the one hand, I understand it because money. YouTube, as a business practice, is kind of a money sink. They only recently have become a profitable company, because it's an enormous amount of investment into infrastructure and stuff like that, and they're constantly getting influxes of videos. So I understand that they need to have some sort of income to make this a feasible practice for however many years to come. But it's still a frustrating experience as one of the small people, one of the individuals on the platform that watches a lot of videos, that makes not a lot of videos anymore, but has a lot of videos. The only things you can really do are either sit through it, or, as much as YouTube and Google hate it, get an ad blocker, right? It's a sorry state of affairs. And even if I was getting about 4 times the number of views in all my videos, I wouldn't even be pulling in enough to make rent in a month, let alone live on. I'm not earning a whole lot from this. I'm doing it mainly because I like sharing the videos, I like sharing my experiences with you guys, and just doing stuff together, you know? It was a nice platform before to do that kind of stuff, and it's harder to do that, but you still can. If there was some other form of revenue, then I would consider that more. I mean, Patreon? Maybe? I guess we could go for that. I've been thinking about that for years, but I don't know what I would offer, but I guess we can start with that. If you guys want to support me, that would be entirely up to you guys, but yeah, when YouTube makes it harder to do the things that you need to do as a creator, it becomes grating. It becomes more and more frustrating, and it takes some of the fun out of it. But then with you guys, it kind of counterbalances that, right? It's still nice to have the feedback. It's still nice to have all the people saying, hey, we like your stuff. So, it is what it is. All this to say, I am back. I was planning on doing a video a week. That didn't quite happen. A lot of things have come up in the schedule. Surprise. And videos, as usual, are taking longer than I planned, mostly because I keep getting distracted, but they also do take a fair bit of time to actually record and go through and edit and render and then upload. But the render time isn't really an excuse, because I have an amazing computer and an amazing piece of software. DaVinci Resolve, I love this thing. There are some quirks about it that I miss not having to deal with in Vegas Movie Studio, but it renders videos that are over an hour long. I mean, this is exceedingly long, but even this, it would render in probably like half an hour. The software is so much better. The hardware I have is infinitely better than what I started out with, having to legitimately wait overnight, and then sometimes throughout the entire day afterwards, to render videos and then to upload them to YouTube. And these would be for like half-hour, 45-minute videos, and not something that was 2 hours. It's... Somehow I don't know, there's something missing there, and I think a lot of it is just distraction. But anyway. So I do have some future plans for the channel. There are a couple other video ideas cooking up that I actually have in the works right now. One of them I actually wanted to ask you guys about. And I'll also make a community poll. This would actually be something that would also be cool for Patreon, is just having polls like this where anybody can join and put in input, but yeah, maybe I will make a Patreon. The more I think about it, the better it sounds. Anyway. I wanted to ask you guys about something. There are a few video ideas, but the one in particular is a review for a game that I played a while ago now, specifically Half-Blood Prince. I have had a fully recorded commentary for that game for the past several years. I just never got around to actually finalizing the edit, primarily stitching all the footage together, and making it into a video that I could put up on YouTube. So my question for you guys would be, do you want to see that? Do you care at all? Would you rather I not put that up on YouTube? Would you rather I start over with that game review? Because I listened back to some of my other reviews for Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban, or Order of the Phoenix, other games that I've played that I can't think of off the top of my head. And the review style that I had in those videos I really enjoyed. It's a little bit of, so much of the information is in my head and it just kind of spills out in a mostly cohesive manner. The Half-Blood Prince review isn't quite like that. It's much slower, it's much more... thoughtful's not the right word, it's much slower. And it feels a little bit more scattered, and some of that has to do with where I was at that time, but... yeah, so would you guys still just want to see the original review that I recorded? Would you not want to see it at all, since it's been however many years? Should I re-record it entirely? Which, of course, would require playing through the game again on my own time and also reviewing the footage, so I can have a better idea of what I would be actually reviewing. But there's that, and then there's also some ideas for more of like comparison videos, comparisons between older games and a newer version of them, whether it's a remaster or a remake or whatever. So videos like that, and then also just some other ideas that I've had, like I talked about making a video talking about my change over the years of how I make videos, from the earliest computers that I had, which I still have actually, and the software that I used, all the way up to the machine and the setup that I have today. So, food for thought. So yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. About the Patreon, about the videos, about anything else. I really appreciate you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully it's before the end of the year, but if it's not, then happy holidays. And take care of yourselves. This is the point where I'd normally say something inspiring, but I have nothing coming to mind right now other than just take care of yourselves and love yourselves like you would a good friend. And each other. Love yourselves and each other like you would a good friend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.